Welcome back to the big long intro to trading, where in this video I'm going to go over trade line, resistance areas, and support levels with ticker symbol AMC on the 4-hour chart time frame. So as you can see from the last video to this video, the chart changed. Now you see gray and black, right? So what the gray is indicating is that that's the pre-market and after-market trading hours, and this is open pretty much from 4 in the morning to obviously when opening bell starts, which is 9:30 in the morning, and then from close, which is 4 p.m. to 8 p.m. Everything that happens in after hours trading time frames you have to take with a grain of salt because the volume is way less than in normal trading hours. Investors or retail traders don't have the same financial tools as the big dogs, the hedge funds, banks do. But as a trader, you don't want to get caught into a quote-unquote bull trap or a bear trap. So you just got to know what to expect before and obviously after opening bell when you're looking at that pre and after market data. So as you can see, I have some areas right here that are blocked out. Now the top one here is resistance, and that's because as the end of May was coming, AMC was breaking out. As you see, the volume is increasing, right? Like I showed you in the previous video. And as the price of the stock is rising, the volume is rising. And then once it gets to that all-time high of $72.62, it starts to come back down, right? And now it breaks through this kind of you could call it support. I just gotta look into it more in depth because this is just from the 4-hour time frame, and it comes right back down and touches this support area, right? And then it bounces right back up, and then it doesn't necessarily touch that area, but then it comes right back down again and it touches this support area, but then bounces right back up, and then finally it touches this resistance area and then comes back down a little bit and then touches it again, and it can't break over that area. So what that means is it's resistance. When a stock price can't break and sustain over the resistance, then that or over a certain price action, that is resistance. And when a stock can't go below a certain price action, that is called support. Just like it bounced off of this price range 1, 2, 3, 4, and then finally on the 5th time it just went up. But then right down here, as soon as it touches again, it shows a big flash of strong bullishness, and then it consolidates, and then it shows weakness. And then this is why I say you have to pay attention to volume too, because now as you see, the price action decreases, so does the volume, which is indicating this is not holding that price strong. Okay, so right here I have this trend line right here indicating an upward slope, right? And as this breaks away and it comes back, this indicates that this is support because it doesn't break this line and it's still in an upward trend. And then obviously after June 2nd it hits that all-time high and starts to come back down from its all-time highs. It touches this upward slope line, comes back up, but then ultimately retests that line again and then breaks through, but then bounces back up, right? So if I was just to extend this to the right, this is what the trend line should be. But this is why you have to always make sure that you're looking at everything, because once this broke through this upwards trend line, it came down here and retested the support area. But did it break it? No. So keep in mind, you'll always have to adjust the trade lines, or trend lines, I'm sorry, when you are looking at a trade. So this indicates an upward trend, while this indicates a downwards trend. Now I'm just doing these lines just for illustration purposes. I don't want them to be perfect, but typically you don't want to be like this. You want it nice and neat like these. Now I like my resistance line from the body to the wick. That's how I do it, just because the wick just shows the potential of how low or how high the stock could go, while really that closing price is where that strong hold position is. So as you can see here, I drew a trend line downward slope, which becomes resistance as well, because as you can see, as it's going downwards, it's touching that line, but it's not breaking out of that line, indicating that this is now resistance. And as you can see, I'll still expand it so we get the whole picture, and it just keeps on, and then finally it broke out of it right here. So that is a good sign, but look how many levels of support. Now this is kind of a short-term level of support, probably within the 30-minute time frame area. So this is obviously going to be way weaker than this area of support. And the reason why I say that is because once it bounced off this area and it showed that high strength of support right there, that means the buyers were really strong. So once it took off after it bounced off that first time, and then again, buyers were really optimistic that it was going to go upwards still and not downwards. So this is where keeping up to date with your trades and also trend lines, resistance areas, support areas are very key when trading.